So flying in GTA 6 is getting a complete overhaul, and I'm not talking about just better graphics or faster planes. Most people think flying in GTA is just a way to get from point A to point B, but based on the leaks and what we saw in trailers, I think we can expect Rockstar is building something way more advanced. Systems like volumetric and dynamic weather, realistic physics, and intense dogfights that will take actual skill. So let's start with something cool we actually saw in trailers: the volumetric clouds. Rockstar is bringing the cloud system from RDR2. In the first trailer, we saw realistic light transitions through clouds, distant storms, and these insanely detailed volumetric clouds you can actually fly into. Not the flat static clouds from GTA 5, but real volumetric clouds that you can actually fly through and that interact with sunlight. But what's interesting, flying won't just be cruising at max altitude anymore. If Rockstar really aims for maximum immersion with GTA 6, you will have dynamic weather affecting your flight. Imagine, you are flying high in a jet and you see a storm in the distance. As you get closer, visibility drops, wind picks up, and then boom, lightning strikes and you are hit with turbulence. This isn't just a visual effect, it's actual flight mechanics while being affected by weather conditions. We are talking about a system that changes how your plane handles based on rain, wind speed, and atmospheric conditions. And it's not random, it's calculated. Different aircraft will react differently to the same weather. A small Cessna is getting thrown around in the storm versus a military jet pushing through it. Now let's talk about why flight speed actually matters this time. The mapping project shows GTA 6 map is roughly 2, almost 3 times bigger than GTA 5. That's massive. But here's the problem. In GTA 5, planes didn't have realistic speeds. They were slow, way too slow. A jet in GTA 5 moves at maybe 150 or 200 miles per hour, when real fighter jets fly at over 1000 miles per hour. You can see right here just how fast that will be flying across the map. Rockstar did this on purpose because the map was too small. If jets had realistic speeds, you would cross the entire map in 30 seconds. The scale would feel tiny. So what's the solution for GTA 6? There's a smart theory I found. Instead of making jets unrealistically fast, Rockstar should focus on motion blur and animations to create the illusion of speed. Gran Turismo has realistic speeds, but sometimes you can't tell the difference between 50 miles per hour and 100 miles per hour. But Need for Speed Carbon made you feel like you were going 1000 miles per hour with that extreme motion blur. So the problem isn't top speed, it's that GTA 5 didn't feel fast because of lack of proper visual feedback and animations. So we might expect jets in GTA 6 to have scaled speeds. Maybe 1 km per hour equals 1 miles per hour in game, combined with aggressive motion blur, camera shake, and sound design to make it feel like you are breaking the sound barrier. And speaking of breaking the sound barrier, with Rockstar's attention to detail, we might see vapor cones. When jets fly at supersonic speeds in real life, they create a visible shockwave cone. It will be a small detail, but imagine seeing another player's jet fly over your head with that effect. Now this is the big one, fighter jets and dogfights. We know from the leaks that there's a location called Naval Air Station in the Loneida Keys. This is basically GTA 6 version of Fort Zancudo. And just like GTA 5, you will probably find military jets there. But dogfights in GTA 6 are going to feel completely different. Here's what we are expecting based on the leaks, patents, trailers, and community speculation. First, we have radar systems. In first person, there might be actual radar tracking where you need to maintain lock-on, deal with signal jamming, and use flares to counter incoming missiles, just like in Ace Combat 7. Second, we have realistic flight physics. Different jets and planes will handle differently. A heavy bomber won't turn like a nimble fighter jet. You will feel the weight, the drag, and the G-forces during high-speed turns. Next we have dogfights. We all know the dogfights from GTA Online, but here it will be way more realistic. Something like Ace Combat or Top Gun. Fighter jets won't just feel like arcade toys anymore. And yeah, once players get these in online, the skies will turn into a complete war zone. But that's part of GTA Online. And here's the best part. The atmosphere during these fights will be insane. Combine the volumetric clouds and dynamic weather with high-speed dogfights. Just imagine, you are chasing someone through a storm, lightning flashing around you, rain on your windscreen, turbulence throwing off your aim. That's exactly what you can experience in Ace Combat 7. And it's reasonable to expect this for GTA 6. And looking at the technology, it's clear Rockstar is taking notes from Microsoft Flight Simulator. They aren't making a hardcore flight simulator. No. But the visual presentation and atmospheric effects are definitely aiming for the same level of immersion. In Microsoft Flight Simulator, clouds dynamically change, shadows shift across the landscape, sunlight pierces through storm systems in real time. And that's the visual standard Rockstar is aiming for. We also saw in Trailer 1 that jet streams have been upgraded. Planes now leave realistic condensation trails that are fully volumetric. These aren't just white lines painted in the sky. They There are 3D vapor trails that dissipate naturally and interact with wind. And just like in Red Dead's 2 hot air balloon mission, which by the way was visually really stunning, flying in GTA 6 will be an experience, not just transportation. You will see God rays piercing through clouds, shadows casting on the ground below, and if you fly high enough and look back towards the sun through the clouds, you might even see a rainbow dispersion effect. And let's not forget the leaked events. We have files mentioning things like Everglades plane crash, Lost Plane Memorial, and World War II plane. These suggest scripted moments and hidden wrecks scattered across the entire map. And one last thing worth mentioning are airports. With multiple cities confirmed, especially Vice City and Port Gilhorn, which should be Orlando-inspired city up north, we are likely getting multiple functional airports. How functional they will be, we don't know yet. But there are two possibilities for how this might work. First option, the San Andreas approach. You book a commercial flight between cities, sit through a short cutscene or time skip, and arrive at your destination. Quick and simple fast travel. But the second option will be way cooler. Enterable plane interiors, where you can actually sit in the cabin during the flight. You will board the plane, find your seat, and experience the journey in real time. No cutscene, just chilling in first class while Vice City disappears below you. Either way, with a map this massive, having multiple ways to travel makes sense. And with the confirmed location of Naval Air Station in the Leonida Keys, we are getting variety. Military bases, commercial airports, and likely small regional airstrips across the map, each serving a different purpose. So yeah, looking at RDR2, if Rockstar is taking inspiration from Microsoft Flight Simulator to achieve the best immersion in every aspect of GTA 6, flying is going to be stunning. Volumetric clouds and dynamic weather that actually affects your flight. Realistic physics where different planes feel different. Dogfights that require actual skill and tactics. And overall big enough to make all of this matter. If Rockstar pull this off, and based on everything we've seen they most likely will, this is going to set a new standard for open world flight mechanics. So are you excited to take the skies in GTA 6? What you are most excited about? The weather systems, dogfights, or just cruising around those insane volumetric clouds? Let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, smash that like button, subscribe for more GTA 6 content, and I will see you in the next one, boys.